Sadly, no matter how fancy you made your house, there was one thing you could never aspire to improve: your toilet. There was no indoor running water, just one communal outdoor tap and one outdoor toilet shared by 6 or 7 houses. Our toilet was in a corrugated iron outhouse shared among the adjoining houses. Inside, there was a concrete slab with a hole in it and a plastic toilet seat on top. There had been a lid at some point, but it had broken and disappeared long ago. We couldn't afford toilet paper, so on the wall next to the seat was a wire hanger with old newspaper on it for you to wipe. The newspaper was uncomfortable, but at least I stayed informed while I handled my business. The thing I couldn't handle about the outhouse was the flies. It was a long drop to the bottom, and they were always down there, eating on the pile, and I had an irrational, all-consuming fear that they were going to fly up and into my bum. One afternoon, when I was around 5 years old, my gran left me at home for a few hours to go run errands. I was lying on the floor in the bedroom reading. I needed to go, but it was pouring down rain. I was dreading going outside to use the toilet, getting drenched running out there, water dripping on me from the leaky ceiling, wet newspaper, the flies attacking me from below. Then I had an idea. Why bother with the outhouse at all? Why not put some newspaper on the floor and do my business like a puppy? That seemed like a fantastic idea. So that's what I did. I took the newspaper, laid it out on the kitchen floor, pulled down my pants, squatted, and got to it. As you first sit down to take a poop, you're not fully in the experience yet. You are not yet a pooping person. You're transitioning from a person about to poop to a person who is pooping. It takes a minute to get the first turd out of the way and get in the zone and get comfortable. Once you reach that moment, that's when it gets really nice. It's a powerful experience, pooping. There's something magical about it. Profound, even. I think God made humans poop the way we do because it brings us back down to earth and gives us humility. I don't care who you are, we all poop the same. Beyonce poops. The Pope poops. The Queen of England poops. When we poop, we forget our airs and our graces. We forget how famous or how rich we are. All of that goes away. Squatting and pooping on the kitchen floor that day, I was like, wow, there are no flies. There's no stress. This is really great. I'm really enjoying this. I knew I'd made an excellent choice, and I was very proud of myself for making it. I'd reached that moment where I could relax. Then I casually looked around the room and glanced to my left, and there, just a few feet away, right next to the coal stove, was Coco. It was like the scene in Jurassic Park when the children turn and the T-Rex is right there. Her eyes were wide open, cloudy white, and darting around the room. I knew she couldn't see me, but her nose was starting to crinkle. She could sense that something was wrong. His grandmother's blind, by the way. I was panicked. I was mid-poop. My only option was to finish as quietly and as softly as I could, and as slowly as I could. So that's what I decided to do. Then, the softest plop of a little boy turd on the newspaper. Coco's head snapped around toward the sound. Who's there? Hello? Hello? I froze. I held my breath and waited. Who's there? Hello? I kept quiet, waited, then started again. Is somebody there? Trevor, is that you? Francis? Hello? Hello? She started calling out the whole family. Nambuiselo? Simbongile? Bulungisi? Burelwa? Who's there? What's happening? It was like a game, like I was trying to hide and a blind woman was trying to find me using sonar. Every time she called out, I froze. There would be complete silence. Who's there? Hello? I'd pause, waiting for her to settle back in her chair, and then I'd start up again. Finally, after what felt like forever, I finished. I stood up, took the newspaper, which is not the quietest thing, and I slowly folded it over. It crinkled. Who's there? Again I paused, waited. Then I folded it over some more, walked over to the rubbish bin, placed my sin at the bottom, and gingerly covered it with the rest of the trash. Then I tiptoed back to the other room, curled up on the mattress on the floor, and pretended to be asleep. The deed was done. No outhouse involved, and Coco was none the wiser. Mission accomplished. End of part 1.